What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to another voiceover. So yeah, as you know, I've been changing my swing dramatically over the past couple of weeks, shortening the swing, trying to get on playing a lot better. And in this video you'll see right there, what I'm actually trying to do is exaggerate pushing out in front, like it feels like I'm pushing the club in front, because I used to come inside a lot, so over exaggerating things to make it feel, so when you go actually to swing, you're more likely to be on the line that you want. So that's my little pre-shot routine that I do at the minute, is just that little push, feel like I'm pushing out and up. And as you can see there, so much better online. Granted, I absolutely fatted the hell out of that first shot and barely got it past the women's tees, which is extremely embarrassing. But not playing for I'm not playing for good scoring when I'm just playing with myself. I'm playing just to get a good swing out of my game. Again, keep on exaggerating it for every single shot. And I have just literally come out of the car, done a couple of practice puts and chips, and then gone straight out onto the 8th, which is like our back 9. Again, with that second shot, absolutely fatted the hell out of it. But when you're coming up to new swing changes, you've got to accept that you're not going to hit the ball very out the middle very often. One thing I have noticed with shortening my swing at the minute, and it will be just a something that's going to happen at the start, because I am shortening my swing, is a distance. I've lost quite a bit of distance, but I've replaced that with accuracy. But the distance will come back once I start nailing my swing and getting full turn and stuff like that. Because at the moment it feels like I am generally doing a 3/4 swing. Here I had about 50 yards, 60 yards pitch shot. I used pitching wedge, which I have been using quite a lot for my pitch shots. I feel like I can get a bit more control. I don't have to go all the way back like I do a lob wedge or a sand wedge. And yeah, so as you can see, I've got this for par. It's a pretty tough putt. It goes uphill, then goes downhill towards the end of the putt, and it's an absolutely fantastic putt. Goes up, 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 down, and it was a really good putt. There's still some golf left in that putt. And while I'm just tapping that in, if you don't know anything about Ostrich Golf, Ostrich Golf is my company, my golf brand, and we'll soon be releasing our first bags, pencil bags, and we've just done a giveaway and gave a bag away to someone in France. And the next giveaway is coming up this month in a few days, so make sure you've liked us on Instagram and Facebook, and the giveaway will be on Facebook, so keep an eye out for that. So as you can see, 1 over on that. Skipped a hole here because I forgot to record. Gone for driver, which I have been hitting quite well. Again, not the best position. It's a lot harder to get in the right position with driver. Obviously, the longer the club, the harder it is to actually get a good swing. Now this is, I don't know if you can see on the right hand side of the screen near the tree, that's the 150, so I'm about 210 yards away from the pin, and then 50 yards in front of the green there is a little dike, and you go in there, it's literally ball lost. I can't remember what I was hitting here. I think it was a 6 iron, but I was just trying to knock one, just, I don't know, up there. But like you can see there, I absolutely fatted the hell out of that one as well. Don't usually fat that many shots, but anyway, I'm here now taking my 3rd shot, and this was just absolutely fantastic. It was probably about, I don't know, 120 yards, and I was thinking, right, I'll go pitch and wedge, get a nice high one in there, and then I was just thinking, actually, nah, I'll take a 9 iron, I'll let a nice 3/4 swing, and just go for accuracy. And that's what I've been trying to do recently, is rather than trying to smash one up in the air, try and get one a 3/4 swing and just drill it in there. Now that was a great swing. 3/4 swing, 3/4 follow through, and I put it to about 3 foot. So I've actually got that to save my par on pretty tough par 4. That's where I put it to. and my putting's been a bit hit and miss, but on this day it was actually pretty decent, and my shorter irons were really good as well, and off the tee as well. The only thing I struggled with really was my irons, but I've got another lesson coming up soon. Again, I think it will just be working on playing, getting my hands out in front of me a bit more, don't let the club get behind, and there we see just a nice little tap in for par there, which would have been a net birdie for me, which brings me back to even. Now this hole is so tough. It used to be a par 5, and to me still should be a par 5, because it's 469 yards. You have to lay up to the edge, or like it's a slight dog leg right, dog leg left, dog, oh my god, whatever, right, and so you have to lay up to that with like a 3-wood or a 5-wood or a long iron, depending on how long you are. But today the ground was so boggy, like you was hitting drive and it would just plug. You'd hit 3-wood, you would hit plug. Now I hit my 3-wood pretty high, so makes this hole extremely long. I probably could have hit a driver and punched it down there, but this swing here is absolutely one of the best swings I made all day. That great position, maybe still a bit too long, but with a 3-wood you can expect that to look a little bit longer, but that just plugged in the middle of the fairway. Now, as you can see, a long way back, but get no roll or anything, so it's making the hole even harder. So I had a 5-iron to knock it in down there as far as I can, really. Again, working on that, working through, pushing it out. Feel as though that I'm pushing my hands out rather than back, and it's been getting me on play, and it's been making me hit the ball out the middle so much better, hitting the ball straighter. That was it. I don't know what went wrong with that. I think I just left my club face open, but big high cut into the trees, which just makes this hole even harder. I think this hole is stroke index 1 as well, so understandably a tough hole. I was just trying to punch one. There's not much of a gap, so I was just trying to punch one down, but it just popped up in the air. I used a 5-iron, pressed forward. I was expecting it to go about 2 feet off the floor. I went straight up in the air, hit a tree, and then it's left me here. Now this was even worse. This is where I was just playing absolute crap. I'm in boggy mess that I'm standing in. I was thinking, right, sandwich, I'll just fly one up, one bounce, check. And then something in my head was just like, no, go to your pitching wedge, which probably was not a bad choice of club. I was thinking just a nice little half swing, punch it onto there, one skip, one check, and a roll out. But I just, like most of my shots today, caught it absolutely fat as hell. No excuses there. It seemed a decent swing. I think I just lifted my head up or ball position, or just the fact that it was a bit crappy lie. But again, putting came into use. Now it don't look very long there, but this is my camera behind the flag and zoomed in from a distance, so I've got about a 70-foot putt there. Huge green. And that's one thing that I do rely on, is my putting, but as soon as everything comes together, then that's when my game will actually take off. I've been looking at competitions as well. I can't wait to get into a competition this year. So I rolled that up there nicely. Still got a minute, but I'm tapping that in for a double bogey, which to me is, I can get away with a bogey on this hole, but so I'm back to 1 over. The only reason I keep the flag in is just so that you can see where I'm actually putting. So net bogey for this putt. Very nice stroke, happy with that. And as you can see, a nice full fly shot of my pink boxes. Didn't plan that very well. Now this hole is a little par 3. if you're one of them people who think, oh, I love little par threes, but they're always tough. They are always tough. Like, you've got greens, a little green, and bunkers all around it, and it's quite narrow. 140 yards. I went with an 8 iron. Just trying to land this on there. Maybe get one bounce, if anything. I had quite a low ball flight that day, but everything was still just plugging like crazy. So a nice little 8 iron. 3/4. It was a great swing. Got it right where I wanted it in position wise. But I think I just got it out the toe. And then, so it didn't get the distance and it plugged still. Well, it didn't plug, but you know what I mean, it stopped very quickly. I think the club of choice I went for here was an 8 iron. Nice little bump and run. Use it like a little, like a putter, like you're sweeping it. Just wanted to clip it. Almost hit it thin. And that was a great shot there. Still, as you can see, a lot of golf left in it. About a 3-footer. I was putting quite well that day. So for par. Again, great stroke. Still implementing my forward press in my putting, just because I've always done it. But I've been looking online, and people are saying that forward press opens the club face, and that's how you can miss a lot of little putts. This drive, it was a terrible swing, like position-wise. It was like a baseball swing. The position was absolutely terrible. The shot, oh my god, there were some people waiting just down in front of me, so I had to go quick, and I absolutely ripped that drive. I've literally made this hole, I've torn it into 2 pieces. I had about 110 yards left, but the wind was blowing into me, and I was being quite smart about it. 3/4 swing again, great size divot, and it flew, and it flew, and it flew the whole way. Checked just beside the flag, as you'll see in a second. Doesn't look as close there, but it was such a good shot, and that's where it pitched, and that's where it stopped. Pin high, absolutely great shot. Now, after I've been saying about putting well all day, I finally get a birdie putt. And you'll see, I just pushed it, absolutely balled it. It's a downhill, little tricky one, and I just could not, for the life of me, figure out what I was going to do, and then last minute bottled it, but tapped it in for a par. It's a decent par. And then I tried again to get it back in, and there was no chance. But anyway, that is the video. Seems to be one of the popular videos that people enjoy watching, so if you do enjoy these, please leave a like, and I will do more of these. I like doing them. They're quite easy to do, quite easy to edit, and so if you do enjoy them, I will do more of them. Like I say, go like all my social media. I'm quite present on Instagram, and Ostrich Golf is very present on Instagram and Facebook, and we're doing a giveaway very soon, so go check that out. Yeah, and I'll see you in the next video.